It's Wednesday, April 8th, 2026. You're listening to the DX Today AI Daily Brief. Today, OpenAI lays out a sweeping policy blueprint for the AI economy. Tech rivals band together to fight Chinese model copying, and Meta reveals plans for 2 new open-source AI models. Let's get into it.
OpenAI released a 13-page policy document yesterday titled Industrial Policy for the Intelligence Age. The paper calls for a fundamental rethink of how governments should prepare for the economic disruption that advanced AI will bring. Among the proposals, higher taxes on capital gains paired with lower taxes on wages, a public wealth fund that would give citizens a direct stake in AI-driven growth, reinforced social safety nets, and portable workplace benefits not tied to any single employer. CEO Sam Altman framed the document as a starting point for conversation, arguing that superintelligence is approaching and governance must keep people first.
From policy to protection.
In a rare show of unity, OpenAI, Anthropic, and Google have begun sharing intelligence through the Frontier Model Forum to combat what they call adversarial distillation by Chinese competitors. Bloomberg reported that firms like DeepSeek, Moonshot, and Minimax have been systematically querying systems like ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini, then using the outputs to train cheaper copycat models. U.S. officials estimate these efforts cost Silicon Valley Labs billions annually. The 3 companies are now developing technologies to detect abnormal traffic patterns and may cancel accounts, ban IP ranges, or alter rate limits to make unauthorized copying significantly harder.
Meanwhile, at Meta
is preparing to partially open-source 2 new AI models developed under the leadership of Alexander Wang at its Superintelligence Labs division. The first, codenamed Mango, is a multimodal image and video generation model. The second, called Avocado, is a text-based large language model focused on coding and reasoning. Unlike the fully open Llama series, Meta plans to keep some components proprietary and will withhold Avocado's cybersecurity code generation capabilities from public releases. The largest versions of both models will also remain internal. This marks a significant strategic shift toward a more cautious approach to open-source AI.
Big money is moving.
Venture capital firm Eclipse just closed a $1.3 billion fund, its largest ever, targeting what it calls physical AI. The fund splits into $720 million for early-stage startups and $591 million for later-stage deals. Eclipse plans to invest across robotics, autonomous systems, manufacturing, energy, and defense. What makes this fund stand out is that Eclipse will also use a portion of the capital to incubate and build startups from scratch, betting that the next wave of AI breakthroughs will happen in the physical world, rather than just in data centers. Portfolio companies from Cerebras to other hardware firms anchor the ecosystem strategy.
From venture capital to defense.
Defense startup Hermeus announced a $350 million funding round yesterday that pushed its valuation to $1 billion. The raise includes $200 million in equity led by Eclipse Ventures, with participation from Founders Fund, InQtel, and RTX Ventures. The remaining $150 million comes as debt. Hermeus is building what it calls the fastest unmanned aircraft, using miniaturized engines combined with AI-driven flight controls for autonomous operation at hypersonic speeds. The company has completed 2 successful test flights, including an F-16-sized demonstrator that flew in March. The Pentagon is watching closely as it races to counter hypersonic threats from China and Russia.
AI reshapes the workforce.
Meta is cutting approximately 200 jobs in California as part of its ongoing AI-driven restructuring. The layoffs affect 124 employees in Burlingame and 74 in Sunnyvale, with cuts expected to take effect in late May. The company is replacing traditional middle management roles with AI-first positions, including new titles like AI Builder and Pod Lead. This comes on top of 1,500 Reality Labs layoffs earlier this year. Meta has projected capital expenditure between $115 billion and $135 billion for 2026, with a massive share directed toward AI infrastructure.
Shifting to consumer tech.
Netflix launched Playground yesterday, a standalone gaming app designed for children 8 and under. Available on iPhone and iPad, the app features 7 ad-free mini-games built around popular franchises, including Dr. Seuss, Peppa Pig, and Sesame Street. It comes included with all Netflix memberships at no additional cost and contains no in-app purchases. The move represents Netflix's latest push into gaming, this time specifically targeting the youngest audience with a curated, safe digital experience. Analysts say the app could help reduce churn among family subscribers and strengthen Netflix's position as a comprehensive entertainment platform.
Now to infrastructure.
SB Energy, a SoftBank Group company, has announced a massive public-private partnership with the U.S. Department of Energy to build what would be the world's largest AI data center. The facility will be located at the former Portsmouth Gaseous Diffusion Plant in Pike County, Ohio, now rebranded as the Ports Technology Campus. Plans call for 10 gigawatts of data center capacity, supported by 9.2 gigawatts of new natural gas power generation. The project is backed by $33.3 billion in Japanese investment, tied to the U.S.-Japan Strategic Trade and Investment Agreement. SB Energy is also investing $4.2 billion in transmission upgrades with AEP Ohio.
AI enters the clinic.
Utah regulators have cleared Y Combinator-backed Legion Health to let its AI system renew certain psychiatric prescriptions without a doctor signing off each time. The $19 a month pilot program runs for 1 year and covers non-controlled, non-benzodiazepine maintenance medications. Patients must be stable and on an existing treatment plan with a licensed psychiatrist. Any signs of suicidality, mania, or severe side effects trigger an immediate handoff to a human clinician. This expands Utah's pioneering position in AI healthcare. Earlier this year, the state launched a separate doctronic pilot allowing AI to renew routine prescriptions for chronic conditions like diabetes and hypertension.
Turning to AI safety.
OpenAI has launched the Safety Fellowship, a new program inviting external researchers to pursue independent work on AI safety and alignment. The fellowship runs from September 2026 through February 2027. It is designed to bring fresh perspectives from outside the company into the critical challenge of ensuring advanced AI systems remain safe and aligned with human values. The initiative comes as OpenAI faces mounting scrutiny over its safety practices and represents a step toward more transparent safety research. The program will support researchers working on topics ranging from interpretability to robustness testing of frontier models.
A breakthrough in efficiency.
Researchers have unveiled a neuro-symbolic AI system that slashes energy consumption by up to 100 times while actually improving accuracy. The approach combines traditional neural networks with human-like symbolic reasoning, and the team demonstrated a 95% success rate in testing. The work focuses on visual language action models for robotics, allowing machines to interpret camera feeds and language instructions to perform physical tasks. The breakthrough will be presented at the International Conference of Robotics and Automation in Vienna this May. If these efficiency gains hold at scale, the implications for the energy-hungry AI industry could be enormous, potentially addressing one of the biggest criticisms of current AI infrastructure.
And finally, the regulatory landscape.
The pace of AI legislation across U.S. states is accelerating rapidly. Since mid-March, the number of new AI laws passed in 2026 has jumped from 6 to 25, with another 27 bills having cleared both chambers and potentially on their way to becoming law. Utah's Governor Spencer Cox has been especially active, signing 9 new AI bills in 2026 alone, 8 of them in just the past 2 weeks. The laws cover everything from AI procurement and safety standards to protections for minors. California continues to serve as a testing ground for regulation that could effectively set national standards as companies scramble to comply with a patchwork of state-level rules.
That's your briefing for Wednesday, April 8th, 2026. For DX Today, stay curious.